Get ready, survival game fans, because you're about to get a load of new games to test your survival skills with. Today, we're going to be looking at 5 survival games to keep your eyes on. Of course, guys, these aren't the only survival games coming. These are just my personal top 5 that I selected for the interest of saving time. As always, if you'd like to see more, then drop me a line down in the comments section and let me know. All right, survival fans, let's start with perhaps one of the most anticipated survival games of the year, Sons of the Forest, scheduled to release in October of this year. Now, The Forest had a deeply rich story that fans loved, and it's looking like Sons of the Forest is no different. To quote directly from N Knight's Steam page, sent to find a missing billionaire on a remote island, you find yourself in a cannibal-infested hellscape. Craft, build, and struggle to survive along with friends in this terrifying new open-world survival horror simulator. Now, besides all the creatures fans have come to love, perhaps one of the newest and perhaps coolest features, in my opinion, is changing seasons. Let me elaborate. N Knight has said Sons of the Forest will have changing seasons, and reading right from their Steam page, pluck fresh salmon directly from streams in spring and summer, and collect and store meat for the cold winter months. You're not alone on this island, so as winter rolls in and food and resources become scarce, you won't be the only one looking for a meal. And I gotta say, to be honest, this is a feature I am so excited and so glad that it's been added into this open world survival game. And I am just dying to see how this is going to play out in game when it releases later on in October of this year. The day before, which is slated to come to not only PC, but next-gen consoles, PlayStation, as well as the Xbox Series S and X, is scheduled to be released March 1st, 2023. The day before, which sets itself up to be an open-world survival game, doesn't just have hints of the Division series. It looks a lot like it, and has piqued the interest of survival fans as well as a lot of Division fans alike. Not only do you have to worry about zombies eating your face as you scavenge for resources, you'll need to worry about other players as well. The developers have called the game an MMO with co-op and PvP elements. Not to worry though, for all you survival fans looking to play without PvP like myself, there is an offline mode reportedly confirmed by the developers Fantastic. When playing offline, players will be able to explore, complete quests, and go up against the infected that roam the world. While playing offline is a viable option, playing offline is not the way the game was intended to be played as per the developer. A lot of the game is dependent on encounters with other players, and as the studio has explained in an interview, PvP is an important part of the day before, and much of the excitement of the game comes from deciding whether to team up with other players or eliminate them. While killing other players may yield some valuable loot, having a survivor on one side is also very helpful. Personally, I'm really not a fan of PvP in survival games, and we'll just have to see how this game goes when it launches on March 1st of 2023. Wild West Dynasty is up next, and it's made by the same developer that brought us Medieval Dynasty. Honestly, first impressions, it doesn't look like they drastically changed the formula with their latest installment of the Dynasty series, which is a good thing because Medieval Dynasty is an amazing game. So a Wild West version could be a welcome addition to the survival genre. You start out as a lonesome cowboy who comes across an abandoned ranch and decides to stay. You start repairing and expanding, you gather food, hunt for animals, and sell their meat and leather to the settler treks. Once you have established a decent ranch, other settlers may decide to stay and ask for permission to settle down. You start building a town with all its classic locations, such as a saloon, a sheriff's office, stores, and even hotels. Bandits will come your way, so you have to learn to shoot and defend yourself and the township properly. Hopefully, you'll find yourself a wife and have an heir so that your Wild West Dynasty can last. Sounds a lot like Medieval Dynasty in the Old West, which has got me excited. But we'll have to find all that out when we get our hands on it when it releases later this year. ARK fans should finally get their hands on ARK 2 sometime next year in 2023. However, if you're a fan of ARK and you're looking for ARK 2 and you play on PlayStation, you might just be out of luck, as currently there is no mention from the studio to release the sequel on PlayStation consoles. That said, some of the new features coming to the sequel will be things like the ability to construct your weapons and tools from a range of distinct modules to customize not only their look, but their functionality. This is a really cool feature. Millions of possible combinations missions enable you to craft your own unique gear. The specific materials you choose will further affect the appearance of your items, with multiple options of resources found in unique regions of the world, as well as events that will happen in the world. Whether you choose to interact with them or not, they're still going to happen. It's a living, breathing world, but doing so can yield the players some sweet loot. You can also gain both experience points from gameplay and knowledge points by accomplishing key objectives and overcoming unique challenges to progress along a massive skill tree filled with new active abilities, perks, and passive benefits. The creature AI got an overhaul. Animals now track and hunt by sight, sound, and smell, hide from predators with visual camouflage and environmental obstacles, and learn to mask your scent. Dynamic pathfinding enables creatures to intelligently maneuver around obstacles and player-built structures. This one should be good, guys. And for number 5, we have Forever Skies. This one's coming to not just PC, but PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series S and X. Forever Skies is a first-person action survival game. Return to Earth destroyed by an ecological disaster, fly a high-tech airship, expand, rebuild, and repair it. Scavenge resources to survive, face the dangers of the surface as you will hunt for the viral pathogens to cure a mysterious illness. This is one to keep your eyes on, guys, as it hits early access for PC sometime later this year.